This is a mod by Fading Signals, and whether you know it or not, many of the most immersive and well-beloved mods in the Nexus have been made by Fading Signals. His reputation truly precedes himself. I believe that's the phrasing for it. And this one is called Campsites, Simple Wasteland Camping, and HD sleeping bags. What this mod basically does is it addresses an immersion issue that Fallout has. There are quite a few, this being one of them. In this mod, it gives you the luxury of having a camping site with you. Now, what makes this mod great is the fact of its immersion, number one, and two, the necessity of this mod would be fantastic for survival mode. It will truly make survival mode better, in my opinion. Now, instead of having to run across the map to get to an area where you could sleep, you could now have a campsite. This, to me, adds immersion. On top of that, the campsite gives you the ability and the luxury of not just sleeping, but being able to pass time. Imagine if you're doing a Fallout playthrough where you're a sniper. What better way to pass the time till you decide to take out your target at night than to sit in your chair next to a campfire and wait? Or you don't even have to put the campfire in. Also, it gives the luxury of on-the-move cooking, if that seems to be one of the things you like. And if you are in for immersion, then having this campsite and the ability to cook after you just kill a Deathclaw would be just phenomenal. This mod has a great deal of detail put into it. It also fixes the crappy vanilla textures for the camping bags, and it gives you a multitude of camping bags to choose from. Also, your camping tent can be modified as well. You could have fatigues if you want. It also gives the ability for new animations that also add to the immersion. Your character could sit by the fire and warm up or rest by the fire. It also comes with a small bag for dog meat. It also supports Lover's Comfort, I believe it's called. I don't know. I don't have any relationships with my companions, but it also comes with the 2-bed companion thing. So if you sleep in a tent, your companion can sleep next to you, and you get those added benefits of that perk, which I don't use, so I can't really go into it into detail. It also adds animations for dog meat that are already in the game but weren't used. So dog meat can lay in his little camping bed next to you. It's the cutest thing ever. Also, NPCs that are with you, or your companions, I should say, will use the other animations of warming themselves up or relaxing by the fire. It's just there's so much to this that if you truly want the 100% breakdown of this mod, I will leave a link to Fading Signal's own video, which is far superior to mine in description on every level imaginable. If you are into immersion mods, this is a must-have without a shadow of a doubt. This next mod is by Registrator, which Google Translate tells me is Swedish. Google Translate and I are most likely wrong. This mod is called Take Cover, and it brings third-person cover mechanics to Fallout 4. Now, you've probably noticed while playing Fallout 4, the raiders, or whoever you got into a gunfight with, had enough sense to jump behind something to shoot at you. I mean, that was probably the only thing they put in the AI that made any sense with the enemies in Fallout 4, is the fact that they knew to take cover. Meanwhile, your character brazenly stood up and acted as a bullet sponge and took every single shot while the enemies were smart enough to jump behind something to avoid, a grenade or a hail of bullets. What Registrator has done here has brought third-person mechanics to the player character, and it's just so right that it makes you wonder why the fuck didn't Bethesda put it in the game in the first place. It really does. With the fact that they turned Fallout 4 into a very shooter-based game more than an RPG, that there was no cover mechanics for the player character is baffling. And the fact that this mod brings it in, it's a glaring omission that there was a lot missing to this game, and thank God for modders. Because once you start using this mod, it makes perfect sense to you. The funny thing is, while using this mod, I kept trying to use the hotkeys for the Division to get behind cover like an idiot. So you'll notice I've made many mistakes. Also, this is in beta form, so expect it to be a teensy bit wonky, in the sense of when your character moves with a handgun, sometimes the handgun twists in weird ways, like your character becomes double jointed like David Bowie in the Blue Jean video and just starts twisting the gun in odd ways. Just work with it. It's Bowie-esque. But this problem isn't persistent with larger rifles. It doesn't really support cover fire with sniper rifles. The mod author is working on that, so don't hold it against them. Also, it brings in another great mechanic in this version, being able to take cover and then jump over the cover once the coast is clear. It's pretty sick. I mean, it's great. You're like, yeah, awesome. I do suggest using keybinds for this because using the non-hotkey activated version kind of makes it a little bit more of an issue to work with. So just for me personally, I used it in the automatic version and kind of found myself fucking up because I was too stupid to figure out hotkeys, so on and so forth. But like I said, with this, it's total immersion. So this is just another mod that obviously is here for immersive reasons. And if you like what you see and always felt you needed cover, this is it. The only thing I'd like to see, just possibly from the mod author, like once the get comes out, I'm sure the mod author's already got this in the works. Like it'd be pretty cool if you could like look over certain things and shoot versus having to go to the edge to peer around and shoot. Like that would be great too. You know, just a thought from me. Yeah, I'm not nitpicking or anything, like, but I'm sure it'll happen later. Overall, it is a great mod, a very welcome addition. Last but not least is Pip-Boy Flashlight's Pip-Boy Power Armor and Lighting Overhaul by Ecolet85. Now, this mod, I personally feel, if you're looking for immersion and a better alternative to the Pip-Boy Vanilla Light, which this comes with a multitude of lighting choices, then this is another must-have mod without a shadow of a doubt. It has 100 plus beam styles, 10 different distance settings, dynamic shadows, sound effects, and lore-friendly descriptions. What more could you ask for? I find that this mod is in its glory with the right reshade or E&B preset because it simply adds an eerie and creepy factor to Fallout. And if you want or need that in your game, or if you've modified your Fallout for that, this is the lighting mod to choose at this current point in time. I found Fallout to be way more creepy with the right reshade and E&B preset in this lighting mod than it was in its original iteration. Especially when you're inside of like a cave or a cavern, an abandoned building, and you can hear ghouls wheezing and coughing off in the distance, and it's so dark except for your flashlight that moves frantically from left to right as you try to pinpoint where that sound came from. This mod delivers and just gives that next level of survival horror feeling in some of the Fallout areas. If this sounds appealing to you, and if you like what you see, even though my video does not do this mod justice, I suggest you download it. I strongly do. At the very least, try it out and see what you think, because there is a lot here for everyone to choose from. There is something for everyone with this mod, without a shadow of a doubt, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Notice how I use the word shadow with a lighting mod? Well, that's gonna be it for me. I'm better off going. I've got a couple things to tie up, bills to pay, tears to cry in my pillow, like every strong man in this new generation of feminist rule society. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks as always for tuning into my channel, and I'll see you next time with more mods and such.